Ahoy, everybody, and welcome back to the virtual table. We're here once again to test out, just give another test to the system that I've been working on, which is tentatively titled Ready to Roll at the moment. It's a 2d6 system where, just to put it in very, very simple terms, you roll 2d6 dice, and then you add add a stat to whatever it is you're trying to do. And if you get a 10 or higher, automatic success. 7 and 9, kind of middling results, gives the GM a lot of gray area. 6 or below, geez, you pretty much fail. It's a system that's kind of lends itself very well to storytelling, which is the kind of DMing and GMing I like to do. And this week, for this test, I have 4 very generous individuals here who are willing to help me test this out. I'd love to let each of them introduce themselves, starting. How about with you, Probait?
Hello, I'm Probait. You probably know me from all sorts of places in the TFS sphere.
Indeed, indeed. You have made your way around quite a bit. Honestly, your generosity has made this possible, like this endeavor of mine. How about we move along to Quinn? How you doing, man? Introspective spy.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm Introspective Spy, kind of like the backroom guy here at TFS. I kind of helped Nick with a few of his rule stuff, and I'm glad to be here to test it out in practice.
Right on, right on. And joining us, a man who rolls with me quite often on Mondays. You can find him over at my channel on Mondays, on The Unexpectables on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And, of course, on his own channel, Distortion Devil. Connor, how are you doing?
I am doing quite well. Just got back from a grocery run where everything possible tried to keep me from this, but I persevered and made my way here. You can find me over on Twitter and Twitch at Distortion Devil, where I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And the wonderful, the amazing, if you've seen anything of us on social media, it's probably this man, Antfish. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing well. This is the first time.
Sorry about that. Your microphone is getting picked up on Roll20. I'll just mute that on mine. There we go.
Okay. I was hoping I didn't want to, say that I was coming from, the space or wherever it is we happen to be on this Roll20. I'm not really much of I don't really play Dungeons and Dragons that much, but, I played one game recently, and I thought it was pretty enjoyable, so I figured, why not try something new?
Hell yeah. Well, I'm very excited to test out this game with each of you. Connor, you've been a part of a test game previously with this. Thank you again for that. I've been working out a lot of bugs. I've changed around a few things, capped a few stats to make sure that Kieran can't break anything anymore. But I am excited to see where this goes. We are running a bit of a smash and grab or a heist campaign here today, and it should be very interesting to see you guys figure your way through this, because we're in a world that includes elements of the supernatural, things like telekinesis or magic, and I'm very excited to see you guys navigate your way through it. I want to take a couple of moments here just for you guys to be able to introduce your characters that you have, just so people know who you are, what you're about before we roll into this, because I know that's often a big problem with one-shot campaigns, is you never really get a chance to know the character too much. Whatever information you want to give, be it physical description or what they're about, or if you want to hold anything a secret for action during, feel free. But Connor, would you like to introduce your character?
Absolutely. My character is Logan Savage. She is a 5'11" redhead. She has green eyes, wears lots of makeup, lots of black. She has a sort of burgundy leather jacket that she wears, and sort of loose-ish military style pants and thick boots that she wears as well. She's a bit on the quiet side, but she's known to have a little bit of a temper on her, and maybe a bit of spark of something else inside as well.
Hell yeah. How about you, Ant? Would you like to introduce your boy?
Sure thing. My character is called Brunch. He is a towering muscle man in full, straight up, like tactical armor. Like he's like head to toe. You can't see any part of this guy's like face or body or anything like that. If you ever see any like group, there's always like the one big bruiser dude. That's me. And if you notice, I have a hammer or a sledgehammer as my little icon there. Yep. I figured, okay, this is what he's primarily what I would like for my character to be using. But all in all, he's like the big bruiser, the big bruiser guy. I mean, he says a few things here and there, and maybe he's not like the most for violence, but he gets the job done when it needs to happen.
Brunch the punch.
Brunch punch Jackson. No.
Hell yeah. Probait, how about you?
My character will be Gregory Page, a very, very thin, very slight man, lanky. All he really wears is a gray jumpsuit, and his hair is kept short and neat.
Short and neat. And how about you, Quinn? What you rocking today?
I am playing Marcus the Smuggler, a bit of a self-styled gentleman thief who's somewhat nondescript aside from his svelte physique. Though he does always wear this strange mask on his face, which really seems to hint that he's no stranger to the relics he deals in.
All right. Well, with brief introductions out of the way, are you gentlemen ready to roll?
Let's go!
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
It's a balmy evening as the wind rustles through the tall grass of the hillsides. The smell of sea salt tickles as it tickles the nostrils as it's carried on the wind. We find 5 people laying unconscious by an old, worn road on this hillside. The hardiest of them slowly rouses, a very large man, decked out in black tactical armor from head to toe. A smooth visored helmet obscuring his face behind opaque tempered glass. Brunch, around you see 4 more as you attempt to shake the cobwebs from your head and gather your senses. One of them begins to rouse as well. A man by no means as large as Brunch, but nearly as tall. A very lanky man with very angular features pushes himself out of the dirt and attempts to dust himself off and fix his perfectly styled hair. Of the 3 unconscious, 2 appear to be adults. One, Logan Savage, whose long orange hair drapes over the front of her head, hiding her face from the moonlit sky. The other, Marcus, a man whose face is hidden not by their own hair, but by a crude but elegant wooden mask. And this is where we find ourselves as you 2 struggle to come to terms with where exactly you are and why you're here. You remember that you were sent to acquire something by someone, but for whatever reason, your head is just full of webs and fog.
Hey, you guys all right?
Oh, my head.
I don't feel so good. Are we hurt at all?
You're not hurt. As the voice rings out, you begin to kind of rouse from your whatever induced stupor and start rising to your feet. You're not injured by any means, but you're definitely like you got that I just stood up too quick, lightheaded, the world is spinning around you feeling.
Well, under normal circumstances, I would say I blacked out in the field and ended up here, but seeing as how you three are here as well, I think we were drugged.
Oh, not even the good kind of drugs.
The remaining,
unfortunately,
there is one remaining laying on the ground. It appears to be a teenage boy, dusty blonde hair, his face laying in the dirt. Seems to be clad in what appear to be raggedy white robes with very well-worn wrap-around sandals on his feet.
Is that kid dead?
Is that kid ancient Greece? I'll kneel down. I'll kneel down towards the kid, and I'll sort of like ruffle his hair to try to get him back up, to get him to wake up or something.
You check,
hey kid.
He's breathing, but he's definitely not looking so hot. As you kind of like move his face to the side, you can see he's bruised up pretty bad.
Oh man, this kid got beat to shit.
It's a little too dark to make out many of the features here.
I got a flashlight.
Do you?
Yes, one of my gears is a flashlight.
You reach for your flashlight and it's missing.
Oh! Where's my flashlight? I mean, it's weird for me to ask, but have you guys seen it?
No, I better check my pockets as well.
Yeah, I guess I better check mine too. If we're all drugged, I'd imagine we'd start patting each other down, or patting ourselves down, rather.
As you start checking yourselves for items that you know you always take with you on a job, which you know you're on. Brunch, you find that not only is your flashlight missing, but your shotgun is also missing.
Oh, dick!
Gregory, somebody nabbed your pocket flashlight as well.
No.
Marcus, your night vision goggles have managed to up and vanish. And Logan,
fortune.
one of your knives and a lockpick is missing from your inventory.
Now, I do have the smuggler trait.
Fair enough. Which of your items would you have smuggled?
Probably a lockpick.
All right. In that case, you still have your lockpick on you, but one of your knives is missing.
Just the old lockpick. No one ever finds this shit. We'll put it back
Where
away.
are you hiding that?
She just holds up a hand, squints her eyes, gives him a little grin. Let's keep our secrets a secret, man.
Fair enough.
Marcus, you're also noticing that the sides of your face feel a little sore, as if somebody had tried to tamper with your mask.
Oh, of course. Every time someone gets curious about the mask, they try to pull it off. Jerks. Hate them. Ugh, and I just start idly rubbing the side of my face. Well, we probably should do something about this boy here. Perhaps he has a clue as to what we're doing here.
Where exactly is here?
Wherever it is, it looks pretty in the dark.
We should find shelter at least. You never know what's hiding out there.
Off to the north of you, there's kind of mountainous land, but down to the kind of southwest, you can see some lights in the distance. Looks to be a relatively large city of sorts.
Ooh.
Well, there's sure to be a hospital around here somewhere.
Yeah. Brunch, you're the biggest of us. I think you're gonna have to carry the kid.
All right. I pick up the kid and I put him over me like a backpack.
Yeah, no worries. Like the kid's small enough and light enough that your massive 6'3" frame is very easily able to heft him up and kind of
Could I carry him kind of like how I have him like under my arm and just like hold him like how I'm holding a dog?
It'll be a little less comfortable, but yeah, certainly.
All right, I'm gonna
You can
do that.
scoop your arm around and just kind of hold him.
All right.
You guys,
I hope you're comfortable, kid.
You guys begin making your way towards the town in an attempt to find some help for the child. As you get closer, you realize that the lights emanating from the town do not appear to be electric by any means. The flickering indicates flame, like torches and lantern light.
Oh, shit. Did we go back in time or some... Oh, no.
Oh, don't.
Oh, God, my head.
I doubt we've traveled in time. It's probably just some village they haven't gotten electricity out to yet.
Like where? The whole world runs on electricity.
Oh, there are plenty of places where electricity is not available.
Name 3.
Amish country. More than 3 places, but you can lump them together.
But do they have internet?
I wish. That would make things so much simpler. But it's easier to hide.
Fair enough, I guess. Either way, this kid's not...
Hey, you all right?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I get these headaches every now and again. It's fine. It comes with the territory. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to shake the cobwebs out. Okay.
Marcus takes 2 steps away from Logan.
Hey, man, I'm not a bomb. All right, I'm not gonna Professor X you. Okay.
Fortune favors the cautious.
Uh-huh.
As you get closer to the city exterior, you see that it's surrounded by a very ornate stone wall.
Waltz, you don't see that too often anymore.
Now it looks like a lot of gray stone. You approach the exterior. You see a gentleman with a. They appear to be in like. It almost looks like you're like walking into Caesar's palace here in Vegas, as there's a literal like centurion guard just kind of standing at the edge of the standing outside the gate leading into town.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, that's a little anachronistic.
They squint they seem to squint as you're getting closer, trying to make out your shape. You hear them yell out, "Halt!"
Oop, stopping.
Oh, hold on. I think I've got this.
Okay.
And not just sidestep to the front of the group.
A slight note as something kind of catches your ear about what they said and how you understand it. It appeared that they were speaking Latin, but your brain seemed to translate it like it was nothing.
File that concern away for later.
Whoa, I didn't know I can speak Italian.
Oh no, not the shit again.
Oh dear, sweet brunch.
So Marcus,
Did we get fucking microchipped or injected with super soldier serum or something or what? I don't.
Well, if there was more light, I could check for such things.
Would you actually like to roll plus strange there, Logan?
Sure. To see if there's any like supernatural style things that are happening at the moment.
Yeah, just trying to figure out figure out what the hell's going on with that specifically within you.
I will absolutely do that.
You're no stranger to odd things happening, especially when it comes to your own mind. But this, you've never quite understood other languages randomly.
I'm no stranger. I'm just strange.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 12.
As you're kind of investigating yourself, using your mental capacities to their fullest, there does appear to be a otherworldly energy kind of permeating your thoughts. It seems to be some sort of like it's almost as if you have like a Rosetta Stone within your own mind, something that's like translating words for you.
Babelfish.
Pretty much.
Something's wrong. You all can hear it too, right?
The
Like
Latin
they're
is strangely
speaking-
understandable? Yes.
This is some freaky shit, man. Like, I've never seen anybody be able to do this.
Oh, and I thought I knew how to speak another language.
Who goes there? The voice shouts out once again.
We come in peace.
Step closer to the light so I can see you.
Marcus immediately steps into the light.
Yep.
Hands kind of clasped in front of him a bit, almost kind of like in a begging posture.
His face for a moment seems taken aback to see somebody wearing a mask, but his demeanor seems to shift almost immediately. Oh. Well, what are you lot doing out here this late? He notices that you're carrying a child there. Yeah, he notices you're with child. Brunch.
Yes, we were just traveling from afar when we happened upon this boy on the road. We would like to come inside to render aid.
I hold up the boy kind of like how you kind of hold up a cat to show to people, be like, is this yours?
Agrippa, that's Nona's boy.
No,
Agrippa.
I do know Italian.
Yes, she runs the tavern just inside. Not too far
I
in,
look
just,
over. Sorry.
Not too far in, just a little into the living district.
I look over at Gregory and I whisper to him, "Are you sure we didn't travel back in time?"
I'm starting to have my doubt.
Some freaky deaky supernatural shit going on right here.
Well, then let us take the boy to his mother, and we can perhaps settle our needs as well as his own.
Right. Let's take care of that first. I don't feel good about leaving a kid out here.
Yeah, starting to get some weird looks.
Mostly from this centurion here, who is, pardon, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask. We've never had anyone dressed quite like you before. So by the name...
Can you tell me something, sir? I'm sorry. Do you know... This is gonna sound really weird. What year is it?
Year.
Yeah, like 1704 or BC or AD. We're not AD, are we? I look back at Greg like, AD, are we?
Just ask him if they're followers of Christ.
Is Jesus alive?
His brow furrows. You speak of the heretic.
I look back at Greg. Oh no.
We were just checking to see if he died.
Yes.
Oh, good then. Glory to the Emperor.
What? When did he die?
Some decades ago. His followers have caused no end of chaos since.
Look back at Gregory. We're like gritting our teeth, just like, we traveled back in time. We're fucking in the Middle Ages, man.
I'm just looking back at the group, and Marcus's hand is just quickly flashing over his neck. Just stop.
Great. Fantastic.
By the name of Publio Cornelio Celia, I cannot have you enter this city.
Would you rather this boy die here at the gate on your charge?
Go ahead and roll plus charm.
Nice.
No. But I'll have to report to my superiors that you be kept an eye on.
Of course. I bow to the Centurion. I am Marcus. Oh, that's what the hell? Aurelius.
A strong name.
And I'm Brunch. You guys know what that is yet?
I don't understand your meaning. I am
We're
Matthias.
about to change history, boys.
I am Medius. And if you're to take that boy to his home, I will gladly guide you. Septimus, stand guard. I'll be escorting these strange gentlemen to Nona's Tavern.
Well, what about me?
He does not regard you as a lady. He doesn't even, like, with your dress, he's unfamiliar.
Wow. I mean, you can't expect them to be progressive in these times.
No, I think this is the most progressive thing I've ever experienced.
This way. He starts to lead you through the streets. The road that was dirt, there appears to be some stone to it now. Not much is going on in the town this late in the evening. As he leads you through the streets of the peasant district, he leads you to a old inn and tavern.
On the way, I would have asked him just what town this is.
You would be informed that you are by the district of Napoli.
Oh.
Just off the Napoli Bay.
So, on the map, we would be headed to around. We're headed towards the city.
Yeah, you were led about here, basically.
Okay, and we're going towards the city center at the moment, correct?
Yes, and he leads you to the tavern that is here.
Okay.
This is
Boys.
This is Nona's. I'm sure she'll be quite happy to find. I'm sure she'll be quite happy to have her boy back.
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll be happy to have this strange bandaged child back as well.
Brunch, every time you open your mouth right now, it gives me another aneurysm.
I don't know what that is, but you're welcome.
Might need to put some salves on him or something.
I must ask you, Mr. Brunch. Your armor seems a fine make. Where did you acquire it?
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. If I told you, I'd have to kill you. That's what the guy who gave me this told me to say.
I want you to roll plus charm.
From Vulcan.
It's
Directly.
2, 7.
He seems exceptionally weary of you. As you do stand at least a head and a half taller than him, he is unwilling to press or even make threat, but he is definitely suspicious of you. as he leaves it at that and just wishes you a good night.
I also wave goodnight to him as well. What a nice young man.
Well, let's see if we can't make the mother not faint in a panic.
All right, you guys make your way into the tavern. You find a older, slightly gray-haired woman. Doesn't look to be too far out of her 20s, in all honesty, like maybe in her 30s. But she's still got some like streaks of gray in her hair. It's kind of like messy. Her wardrobe is less than fine. As she startles to your entrance. Oh, Agrippa! She runs toward, like, without even noting the oddness of your appearance. She immediately sees Agrippa drooped in your arms there, Brunch. Where'd you find him? What?
We found him just outside the town. We were traveling along the road when we found him. We don't know what the cause was.
He was lying unconscious in the field.
Just like the rest of us.
I put a gentle hand on Brunch's shoulder, and I look him in the eye and say, "Please shut up."
Okay.
Your son seems to be wounded. I'm an apothecary. Do you mind if I take a look at him?
Please.
All right, let's see what I have to work with here. So,
Go ahead and if you're going to use an ability, feel free to read out the ability. If not, just a roll plus smarts will give you a general diagnosis.
I'm just gonna go for diagnosis here. So, rolling plus smarts. That's 9.
With a 9, nothing seems to be ailing him. I mean, there's definitely been some blunt force contusions to his face and body. You're not sure if he has any fractured bones or anything like that. The most immediate thing that you notice is the bruising.
Well, Nona, is it?
Yes, and I'm sorry, you are?
Gregory.
Gregory. A strange name.
Your son seems to be okay for the most part. Just some bruising. A couple of days rest should be all he needs.
Yeah, by your estimate, just like the night would actually serve him.
Yeah.
Either that, or if you did decide to treat him, you could probably get him back up on his feet sooner.
Responsible for your poor Agrippa. Would it be possible that we could stay the night and keep an eye on him?
Certainly.
3 rooms.
If you can get my son back to his feet, I'd be more than happy to supply you with rooms for the evening.
I'll see what I can do for the lad. I suppose that would be me using my field medic perk.
All right, field medic. Go ahead and read that aloud to let people know.
Let's see. I can attempt to heal an organic target. If I roll 10 or higher, heal 2 points. 7 to 9, heal 1 point. But if I roll 6 or less, I accidentally do more damage.
Always a risk. So yes, the RPG is based on a perk buy system. This field medic ability is one such perk. So go ahead and roll plus smarts to...
That is a grand total of 11.
All right. With that, as you lay Agrippa down, kind of on a basically a table, just to kind of get a better look at him, you get some fresh water and rags. You pat down the areas that seem to be swelling up, and he seems to recover a bit as his eyes begin to blink open as you're looking down at him. Hi.
Calm down,
Where am
Ted.
Where?
You're home.
Where did those three go? Did I show them what for? Did I get them?
Considering you're the one lying down on the table, I'd say no.
Oh.
What did those people look like?
Agrippa, were you out getting into trouble again? No! I was out, training so I could, get stronger so I could train for at the gymnasium with the rest, but I saw those jerks, Publius, Servius, and Vibius. They were just reaching all over these people, and I wanted to stop them, but then they ganged up on me, I guess.
They're reaching all over us?
Yeah. They were grabbing stuff from you because you were laying there, and well, I tried to stop them, but
Yeah, that explains where our equipment went.
So you got Publius.
Publius, Servius, and Vibius. They're kind of thugs around here.
Thugs, huh?
Do you know where they live?
Well, I know where they hang out, but I shouldn't go around there.
Well, you tried to save our stuff, and that's what counts.
How noble.
Yes, so noble, nearly getting yourself killed. Ma, I was just trying to do the right thing, Ma. I'm fine,
Tell you what.
see? What?
These guys been bullying you?
Yeah.
Well,
No.
we got to thank you somehow for trying to stick up for us.
What do you mean? He kind of looks at you and notices the size on Brunch. Oh.
Well, maybe we'll go and
No.
get our stuff back and maybe talk to him and try to convince him to not try to harsh you around so much.
You did the thing.
I love talking, and I do the putting my fist in my other fist motion.
Hey, he'll lean into Gregory. Hey, if I can remove this asshole's bloodline from the rest of time, good.
Oh yeah, one little change. That's all it is. Next thing you know, we've got monsters the size of a skyscraper in our time.
Ooh,
that's
awesome. Way better than what we got.
That stuff only happens with butterflies.
What?
Ma'am, can you show me to my room, please?
Of course. Thank you. And Agrippa, you wait right here. We're going to have a talk when I get back. She leads you upstairs to, just kind of like around the corner. It's more of like a hostel than a inn. Like there's just kind of bunks, and she sets you up with probably the nicest bunk, but it's still kind of like made out of worn leathers with animal skins for fluff and cover.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. While they're gone, so I could probably show you where they're hanging out if we go quick.
That'd be great.
Marvelous.
Okay.
Lead the way.
I'm gonna show them what for. And he leads you out of the tavern before his mom gets back.
Let me give you a little bit of advice. Maybe leave the showing what for to well, I'm sure you're fine in a fight, but there's 4 of them and 1 of you. Maybe let's just hang back a little bit and we'll get our stuff back. It's only fair.
3 of them, but yeah. I guess you're right. I guess I got my workout in today. I could learn from you now.
Fair enough. You don't want to worry your mom anymore.
Yeah. I want to pay you back for all the help, and I wasn't able to help earlier, and
just showing us where they are is help enough. So you show us where they're hanging out. You go back, get yourself some rest, heal up, and take care of things.
Okay.
Great.
You guys head out into the town, as Gregory tries to not get in the middle of things that could possibly shift the entire world history.
You hear a dull, muffled scream echoing into the night.
I'll make sure not to touch any butterflies. Don't worry.
Relax. We're only gonna go in and scare him.
He's not in the group.
Oh.
Gregory is still at the inn.
Yeah.
Relax. I'm only gonna no.
You sneak
Don't
out.
do that.
You sneak out of the tavern inn and start making your way further into the peasantry district. As you get further down the road, you make another turn, and down an alley, you can hear the kind of gruff laughter and chortles.
I don't know what this fucking thing is. Oh, man, what? You put it on your face, you look so weird.
I think that's them. As you
Right. How old do these guys look?
As you peer around the corner, these guys they look to be in their late teens, early 20s. They're definitely of age. They're significantly better built than Agrippa here, taller by a head, and actually have like a little bit of muscle on them. Some of them have some bruised knuckles, but they're wearing slightly finer robes as well. Seem to be red. Their sandals are in a bit better condition as well. One of them, all of them have kind of like mid-long to long brown hair. One of them has kind of a wide nose. The one with more bird-like features, kind of like a crook in his nose and a bit of an angular face, appears to be donning Marcus your night vision goggles as he's kind of like dancing around. Meanwhile, the thicker, slightly shorter one is kind of waving around the shotgun that you misplaced, Brunch.
Oh, at that point, we might as well not even try talking to them. They'll blow their heads off soon.
Yeah, but then they're gonna waste the bullets. You know how expensive they are.
And it would be loud and messy.
And the third one kind of sitting up on a stack, kind of sitting up on a barrel, just kind of like juggling a knife up in the air.
Little shit. He's got my knives.
Is the alley a dead end, or if we approach from this angle, they look like they could just run off another way?
It looks like they could run through to the other side if they decided to.
So he's sitting on some barrels, right?
Yep.
Okay. How far away is he?
They're about quarter of the way down the alley. They have like they're kind of like sitting by a small bonfire of sorts.
Okay. Let me just run some math here real quick.
Math is being run.
So, in terms of feet, how far would you say are the barrels away from our current position?
Probably about 30 feet
Perfect.
around the corner. Yeah.
I'm going to slight glimmer of green is going to cascade over my eyes just briefly. I wave my hand, and I'm going to knock one of those fucking barrels over. The barrel that's right underneath the dude that's playing with my knives.
Would you like to read the perk that you are using to do such a feat?
I am using empowered telekinesis. I can manipulate objects within 20 feet of me and I am able to lift 10 pounds without effort. Although I took it twice, so I can lift 50 pounds without effort. And up to 500 if I choose to roll for it.
Does that form also let you reach further than 20 feet, or are you going to walk 10 feet into the alley?
I believe it doubles my range, so I have 40 feet on this.
All right, perfect. So with that, the barrel you were attempting to knock over, it kind of comes in around the 50-pound range, but since you're just tipping it over and not like hucking it anywhere, it falls over. I'm assuming you're using the one that he was not sitting on.
I was using the one that he was sitting on.
Oh, in that case, you will have to roll plus strange because he is heavier than 50 pounds.
Okay. Here I go. That's going to be 14.
As he's tossing the knife. Yeah, fun that we got. His body immediately lurches forward as the barrel is kind of like lifted and kind of like bushed over to the side. The knife kind of flings into the air as he flies into the one wearing the night vision goggles. They both come like face to face. What the hell are you doing that for?
While the knife is in the air, I'm going to try to telekinetically snatch it out of the air and bring it back over to me.
Yeah, you should be able to do that without any issue.
Yep.
I tap on Brunch to step into the alleyway, but not move.
Wait, for you to step in the alleyway, or
For Brunch, you to step into the alleyway.
okay, I
And-
step
and-
into the alleyway.
Once he steps in, I stay behind the corner and just say, "The gods demand tribute. Return what you stole."
I don't know. The thing just moved on it. What the? Go ahead and roll charm.
Huh. Oh!
Oh.
I guess we're gonna have to kill them now.
Oh shit! Chase it! They start to kind of the two that ran into each other kind of start to scramble to their feet and try to get away.
Take them down, Brunch.
I run after them, and I want to. Did they drop any of the stuff?
They have not dropped anything. The one with the shotgun kind of like turns towards you, not knowing necessarily how this thing works. But he would be the first one that you run into as the other two are trying to scramble to their feet.
Okay. As I'm running, I want to clothesline this kid with the shotgun. Does he have it pointed up, or does he? What's he doing with it?
He's got it like kind of held almost like a bat.
Okay. All
Like
right.
a club.
Then as I'm running at them, I want to clothesline this kid as I'm running after the other people.
All right. So as you run at this gentleman, I want you to give me a roll plus body
All right.
for your attack. And the way attacks work in this is if you roll 10 or higher, you're going to deal all of your damage and receive none. If you roll between a 7 and a 9, you will deal all of your damage but take theirs as well. 6 and below, you will take all of their damage and deal none.
Okay. So 5 plus 3, that's 8.
All right, as you run into this guy, he starts to swing the shotgun towards you as he does so, your arm makes contact with him and the shotgun goes off. Boom! Echoes into the night as you would take 3 damage from the shotgun. You deal, as your strength, you're dealing an unarmed attack. Do you have the brawler feat? Or the
No,
brawler part? Okay.
I have grappler.
Okay, so in this situation, your unarmed attack will deal your body stat divided by 2 rounded up. So you would deal 2 damage to him. Meanwhile, the 3 damage that the shotgun would deal is mitigated by your shield and then absorbed by your armor. So go ahead and reflect that. How much shield do you have?
I have 2 shield.
All right, so your armor takes 1 damage as you manage to kind of like let most of the pellets from the shotgun graze by you. One of them kind of embeds itself into your tactical armor. As you slam this guy for 2 damage, he kind of, bam, bashes against the wall.
All right, cool. Does that stop my momentum in any way as I'm continuing to chase the other kids?
That is going to be your action for this combat round. The way combat works is it is entirely based upon who reacts first and what they choose to do. So everybody else in the party has to choose an action before you can go again. The other two are decidedly fleeing from the very large fridge-sized man clad all in black. So, Logan or Marcus, what is your call?
So Marcus is going to try and move to see if he can head them off, essentially get to the other side of where the alley leads to and cut them off.
All right, they do have a head start on you, and you would have to find another alleyway. So give me a roll plus body.
This is +0. Oh boy, it is. Well, that looks familiar.
You start to try to find another alleyway to run down in order to try to attempt to cut them off. But every alleyway you look down seems to be stacked high with boxes, or you actually lose ground on them. And unfortunately kind of end up back where you started. Meanwhile, Logan.
So there are more barrels around me, right?
There are about like 3 barrels in the alley, including the one you tipped over.
Okay, so how far would you say is my position from the end of the alley towards where they're running?
It's about 100-foot alley.
100 feet.
Yeah, and they are starting to run. They're still about like 30 or 40 feet away from you as they are turning and panicking away from brunch.
If this barrel weighs under, I think we said it was 20?
With empowered telekinesis,
50. Yeah, 50 pounds. If it's under 50 pounds, I will try to psychically launch one of the barrels on its side over in front of them. So they'll have to try to jump over it in order to get it past it.
All right. Instead of lifting it, what you do is you essentially shove the barrels and knock them down in front of them. Go ahead and give me a roll plus strange in an attempt to stop them.
Okay. Roll plus strange, 11.
You knock over the barrels, kind of like stunning them and stopping them from their... By the time you make it back to where you were, Marcus, the two are still where they were, as all of the barrels in the alley appear to have like kind of walled up in front of them, which sort of freaks them the fuck out.
What's wrong, boys? Not so tough when we're awake, are we? Are you?
What the fuck? Where'd my knife go? Brunch, or I guess all 3 of you. It is your decision to act again. Everything is reactionary.
I think at this point, as we were kind of like, because they're quite intimidated, I'd say. So I'd like to go up to the kids. How tall are they again? Like compared to me, where are they?
Compared to you, these guys are about like 5'9", 5'10". They are like I said, about a head shorter than you.
All right, so not super big. So I go up to them, I lean in, and I motion with my thumb back at their friend who's passed out on the floor, and I say, "See that over there? That was mine."
Just to be clear, he is not passed out. You just kind of knocked him against a wall and knocked the wind out of him.
Oh, I thought, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But so then he's with all 3 of them, or the other people then, right?
Yeah, he's still kind of in front of you. You kind of have them sandwiched between the barrels and yourself. The guy is still holding the shotgun and realizes that it now does something really cool. So he's got ideas brewing in his head.
Oh no!
And also,
a
slight concussion.
I want to grab my shotgun and wrench it from that guy's hand.
That is
mine.
That would be a roll plus body.
All right.
To attempt to wrest it from his control.
8 plus 3.
An 11. As he's like looking at it like, haha, he begins to like point it back to you, kind of pulls the trigger, click, click, doesn't understand what's happening as you just kind of slap your hand down and grab it.
Yeah.
Then you immediately, like, just holding it in your hand. Crack, crack!
Well, if Marcus had to circle back, he probably this time emerges from the alleyway and just approaches with the other two.
Yeah, slightly winded.
Well, we already have our knife and our boomstick back with us. Perhaps you will just hand over the last thing you stole, and we'll let you go away. And I'm going to essentially parlay, which is...
And, okay, yeah, go ahead and read what parlay does.
While engaged in combat, you may attempt to negotiate a ceasefire. Roll plus charm. On a result of 10 or more, your aggressors will cease their attack, and you and your companions may attempt to find a peaceful resolution to the conflict. On a result between 7 or 9, you may either take full damage or pause the combat, or take no damage and fail in your attempt. On a result of 6 or fewer, they punch me, and I take full damage.
All right, go ahead and roll plus charm then.
That's better.
Oh, right. The last thing we stole from you. That's a lie.
Everything you stole from us.
Yeah, that. By the way, Marcus, since you also have a particular perk that allows you to know when people are lying, just outright, when he says the last, the last thing you stole, the last thing we stole from you, kind of nudges the guy. It's kind of an opaque lie.
If it really is the last thing you stole, if you happen to have stolen more, and I just gestured to brunch.
Hey.
Go ahead and roll plus charm again.
Hello, sick friend.
Is that what was the number?
It was 6.
Plus? Oh, plus. Oh.
Yeah,
shit.
I add in the number when I have it rolled.
A couple of them like seem almost like willing to, but one of them starts to kind of like scramble away and try to jump over the barrels. Hell no!
I'll try to grab him by his robes.
Telekinetically or with your
Yeah.
All right, roll
Telekinetically.
Roll plus strange as he attempts to vault over the barrel.
Here I go. 11.
As he leaps over the barrel, his feet start kind of like dangling in the air as he starts to like try to, like he's doing kind of like the Wile E. Coyote in air run. He's like, what the hell? What the? And you kind of slap him back down on the ground as a golden medallion kind of pops out of his pocket. Ting, 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 ting.
Ooh. Looks like the will of the gods themselves are telling you to give us our stuff back.
All right. And the other one, the one with the night vision goggles, takes them off, hands them to you, reaches into his robes, and hands forth a small electronic device with a red blinking light. I don't even know what this fucking thing does anyway. It just makes weird noises. Can we go?
Is
Please.
that everything?
Yes, I promise. That sounds like the truth to me.
Do I have my my grappling hook back as well?
You've always had your grappling hook.
Oh.
And the one that had the shotgun from out of his pocket, he takes out two. He takes out one flashlight and one pocket flashlight. Yeah. Now you got them all. I promise. So you get your flashlight back, Brunch, and you get the good Dr. Gregory's pocket flashlight back.
Thank you. And hey, we better not see you messing with that boy again.
Agrippa.
That's
we-
the name.
That weakling? Yeah, no worries.
He might be a weakling, but we're not.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we're
What?
friends.
Okay, we won't mess with him again.
Good.
All right. They start scrambling, like shoving past the barrels and get the hell out of Dodge.
Helping the weak may give nice, fuzzy, warm feelings, but we're not going to be here forever.
Oh,
Yeah.
please. We weren't helping the weak. We were helping ourselves. Now that I have all of my shit back.
You got all of your gear back, as well as a little electronic device that, upon revealing, appears to be some sort of audio recorder, and a talisman with odd runes on it. It seems to kind of like shimmer a bit in the moonlight.
I give the talisman a wide berth, but I'd like to grab the audio recording.
Sure thing.
Oh, take it. I'll be looking at this talisman.
Wow. Well, thanks, guys. You really showed them what for. Hey, mister. Little Agrippa walks up to you, Brunch. Can you teach me how to be strong?
Oh, I'd love to, kid, but, you know, we got a job to do first. But here's something I can teach you. Always carry a hammer. You always look a lot more scary when you're holding a hammer.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You look like you'd be one of the strongest at the Paliestra. To you, that kind of translates to gymnasium or wrestling school.
Really? There are a lot of strong people like that there?
Oh, you'd probably give Decimus a run for his money.
Ooh, I think I'd decimate Decimus.
I give that one a pass. You're on thin ice, Brunch.
I don't think we're in Turkey, so there's no oil wrestling, unfortunately.
What?
Nothing.
We should probably get back before my mom gets too worried.
Yes, let's. We'll need to talk to Grigori.
Agrippa leads you back to the tavern. And, of course, the instant you enter, Nona just, like, glowering. Where did you run off to? Again! Again! After... Do you know what you do to me, boy? And you! Kind of points at the lot of you.
Our apologies. Agrippa happened to know those that attacked us on the road, and we wanted to make sure that they did not make good of our valuables.
Go ahead and roll plus charm with her. She seems to, like, almost calm in demeanor a bit as she looks at you with your mask on. You have a perk that makes NPCs slightly warmer to you than they should be.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think of it, so Fast Friends has always been in effect, but it also adds a +1 to the first interaction. Doesn't that make this a +4 instead of a +3?
As this is is this the first time talking to her? I believe
don't
so. Yeah.
remember.
Well, yeah.
He was the one who made introductions back when we first got in.
Either way, we'll retroactively add the +1 since. Sure. Go ahead and add the additional +1 to this. Not that it was necessary.
Nice.
15. Well, I suppose he was just repaying you for your kindness, so... Okay. Your friend is setting up around the corner there. I've made all the bunks ready for you.
Thank you. 1,000 thank yous.
As for you, young man, you get to bed this instant, and you're not to leave the gates again without my permission. Yes, Mom. And young Agrippa kind of scurries off to the back of the tavern. I'll make sure there's a nice breakfast waiting for you in the morning.
I just bow deeply as I then start to shuffle over to Grigori.
All right, you guys finally reunited.
I heard the thing go off.
Yeah, it was
Please
loud,
tell me it didn't hurt anyone.
It
it only-
hurt Punch, so
Oh, he's expendable.
I don't know what that means, but thanks.
it means you're very useful, Brunch.
Aww.
We got everything back then?
Yes, and one
Yep.
or two extras. And I first hold up the audio recording and then just kind of weakly point to the talisman.
Oh yeah, Logan holds up the talisman. Spooky, scary shit right here.
I've just about had my fill of spooky, scary shit.
Well, perhaps this will enlighten us on what the spooky, scary shit is all about. And
Right.
around to make sure there isn't someone that can easily overhear, I would key on the device.
All right, go ahead and give a
Not-
roll. Go ahead and give a roll plus wits to get a sense of your environment.
8.
It doesn't seem like there's anybody around. You feel like you're in the clear here.
All right. Well, with that impression, I'll turn it on.
There's a slight hiss on the other end.
All right. Well, the trip back probably left you a bit loopy, so to be safe, I'll leave this message with you lads. My name, if you've forgotten, is Fergus Shepherd, and I'm the fella that sent you here to find a little curio for me. A curio that's eluded me for some time. It seems to have just upright disappeared. Mystery vexed me until I realized it was literally lost to time. And that's where you come in. You lot are to find the Eye of Jupiter, nestled somewhere in the nearby city from where I'll drop you. I have the payments ready to wire to your accounts, all that we agreed upon, as soon as you get the amulet back with you safely. And in case I need to remind you of this, the amulet will only work at the same spot where I dropped you. Now, in order to truly lose this piece to time, I gotta make sure that nobody misses it when it's gone. So you'll need to act pretty fast. If my timing was correct, you should have about a day or so to get that eye before everything just kinda goes to hell. So good luck, and welcome to Pompeii.
Fuck!
I immediately slammed the audio device onto the floor.
And with that, we're gonna take a quick break.
No! This asshole dropped us in Pompeii? God
Yes! So after the shocking revelation given to you by your mysterious patron, now you know to be one Fergus Shepherd, and you realize that you are in the ancient doomed city of Pompeii, and you have no idea how long it's going to be before that doom comes to pass.
Are you kidding me, Fergus?
What does the thing look like? What does it look like?
No one knows.
Deep breaths, everyone. If it's the Eye of Jupiter and we're in a Roman town, suffice to say, maybe some of the religious folk can help point us in the right direction.
I mean, Jupiter's big, but there's no way we could see it down here on Earth. If he really wanted us to find it, he should have put us up there.
Well, if we invent the telescope, we'll make a lot of money before we die.
Go on.
No, time is short. Time is short.
Not-
Keep that in mind.
Not the planet Jupiter, the god. God. Yeah, God. Right? Jupiter was Zeus.
Yes. King of the gods.
Would
And
any of you like to roll plus smarts? Because I do have information written down here.
I would.
I could also do this.
That's a 10.
With that, Gregory, you know Jupiter to be essentially the Roman god of life. Yes, kind of the leader, the patriarch of all the gods, but their central domain is that of life.
How ironic. God of life. There's not going to be a whole lot of life left in this town soon.
Especially if we take the eye.
What do you mean, especially?
Well, just an idle thought. I'm not going to say we shouldn't steal it, but maybe if it's a relic, it maybe is protecting the town.
What?
It's cause and effect. My head hurts thinking about it, but what if taking the eye causes the mountain to erupt, and then it just goes in a circle?
Well,
Wait.
in that case, it's a stable time loop, and we have to take it.
So you're
Like I
saying
said, I don't think it should stop us. It's just a thought that happened to occur to me.
Cool. So now I have that on my conscience. Hey guys, we caused Pompeii.
Yay! Wait,
No, not yay.
Not disrupting the timeline. Oh wait, that was Gregory's worry.
well, I mean,
Well, obviously, don't recommend sleeping tonight, gentlemen. Oh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
God damn it! Everyone fucking in this timeline, I get, but you guys, I've got
have
these.
poor peripheral vision, and I don't think we've met before.
How are you missing these? And she's like squeezes her boobs together.
Marcus.
How are you missing these?
Days.
Swear to God, guys.
Keep
Or-
it in mind.
Or how whatever gods are listening, if they're even whatever.
Well, let's hope
It's weird.
Jupiter isn't, because we're about to steal something from him.
You said you got more than just the recorder from the thugs, right?
Yes, that talus, that thing.
Right. This thing. She'll hold it up.
Kind of glimmers a little bit. It's made of gold and seems to have some like runes etched into it.
Ooh. You don't think people will miss this?
Could I roll plus smarts to see if I could glean what those runes mean?
You can attempt it with smarts, but even with a full success, you're not going to get the whole truth out of it.
All right. I just need a baseline here.
Yeah, go ahead.
13.
It's as you've been kind of working in this field, seeing strange mystical items before, you do know that this is some sort of enchanted doodad. The runes appear to have various appear to be from various languages and represent time and space.
Okay, so based on what the recorder said and what I could get from these runes, this is probably the thing that got us here.
then maybe it could bring us back.
I think that's
Can
the
it?
I
point.
mentioned that. If we go back to where we found ourselves before and use that, it will send us back.
Okay, so suppose it's time to start gathering information late at night. Yay.
Here, for the record, I will copy and paste the entire message for you into the chat there, just so you know exactly what was said. You have a transcript.
So we can agree this is the last time we're working for Fergus, right?
He's been a beneficial client.
Listen, depending on how much money is getting wired to our accounts when we get back.
Yeah, you're by the way, throughout all of this, even with like that slight memory jog, you're still having a hard time remembering exactly what you agreed to and how much you agreed to do it for.
All I know is it better have been a lot. I don't like this.
Well,
Can you at least tell us what we're doing next time?
complaining when we live.
Well, then if we're gonna go and we gotta get information, right? So where would we go at night where people are willing to offer us free information?
Let me try an idea. Marcus goes to find Nona.
She's coming out of the back room and just like starting to wipe things down a little bit.
Oh, dear Nona, we have realized that we must offer proper respects to the gods of the gods for our safe passage into this town. Are the temples still open this time of night? And if so, where are they?
You'll find the temples near the city center if you head westward, but I'm not sure that they'd be welcoming this time of night.
Well, we must prostrate ourselves before the Almighty, whether the officials like it or not. And I just
I'll make
bow
sure to-
and walk away.
I'll make sure to keep your cots ready for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
You got a good kid there.
I do. Thank you.
Oh my god.
She actually like kind of walks up to you and just like kind of pats, like kind of like wraps her hand around the back of your neck and just gives you like a gentle pat. It's okay. You saved him.
I'm just gonna go die in this corner.
I'll run over to Marcus and I'll, or not Marcus. I'll run over to Brunch and I'll pat him on the back. There, the big guy.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the city center to see how recepting the temples are.
All right. As you make your way down the streets, you get a lot of you don't get a lot of people out except for a couple of soldiers on patrol. They stop you. Like a platoon of soldiers kind of like stops you as you're wandering around. By the name of Publio Cornelio Cilia, ruler of this land, what are you doing out on the streets this late, and where do you hail from?
We hail from far in the provinces. We have come to this noble town and wish to offer our supplication before the gods for our safe travels.
The temples are all closed down for the night.
Even the temple to Jupiter?
Yes.
Oh, most unfortunate. Surely one could at least stand at the gates and offer praise.
Go ahead and roll plus charm. Because he's, I mean,
I think it's
he's
+1, right?
Yeah.
yeah, +1 for this being the first time you've interacted with this guy.
We're fast friends. Uh, 13.
Very well. Let it not be said that the city of Pompeii is not welcoming to outsiders.
A noble virtue. Surely the gods must grace this town.
Truly they do.
Okay, let's go.
Hospitality like this will be remembered for all of time.
He even offers to show you the way towards the district.
It'll be just this way, just north of the forum.
As he guides you to this building marked 3. There are no gates, to be specific, but the temple itself is dark.
As we get up to the steps, I just get on my knees and just begin kind of, oh, praise to Jupiter. Oh, praise to Jupiter.
I also follow Marcus doing the same. Oh, praise to Jupiter, the biggest of the planets, I think.
Yes, mightiest of the gods above.
More powerful than Uranus.
Okay, even Marcus has to stifle a laugh in the universe.
If that'll be all, if you need anything, I'll be around.
Yes,
he
thank you very
starts
much.
Marching off.
Well, can't exactly ask around, but if I were to guess where an eye of Jupiter would be, it would be here. There's no gate. Is there like anything blocking us from just walking inside?
No.
These people are so opening and welcoming. I'm sad that they're all gonna die.
Well,
You
nothing we can do about it.
Yes. Though it might not be a good idea for all of us to go in there at the same time if there happens to be a priest or someone in there. Perhaps I should go inside and take a look around while you three keep up the act that we're just humble supplicants.
How dark is it in there? Is there like any candles lit or anything like that?
Go ahead and give me a roll plus wits.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. +1, that's 10.
It does look like there is a dim candlelight somewhere near the back of the temple.
Okay, because I was gonna offer my flashlight to Marcus in case it was too dark, if he needed to check around.
Oh, don't worry. And I just hold up my night vision goggles up to the holes in my mask. I got that covered.
Ooh, fancy.
Just on a cursory glance, this temple to Jupiter, it looks... Would there be any way to gain some sort of elevation, like climb up the side or hook a grappling hook somewhere and climb up that way?
It is a tall building, and the ornate nature of old Roman architecture would allow for that.
Okay, I'm just doing a glance right now.
Yeah, so long as you can get the hook high enough. This is a building that stands about, 50 feet tall or so. Like it's a tall temple. Actually, I guess it would be like 30 or 40 feet. Tall for the times.
Fair enough.
All right, so unless someone wants to stop me, Marcus will actually just equip his night vision goggles and kind of slink inside.
As you equip the night vision goggles and start walking your way up the steps, you notice that just like brunch, there appears to be a light source somewhere near the back of the temple, highlighted very much so in your night vision.
Would that light source be enough to kind of magnify the whole space so I can get a good look around?
With the night vision goggles, you can get a pretty good look around anyway as you approach the temple, looking around. Go ahead and give me a roll plus wits to get a sense of your surroundings.
Just let me double check wits. Okay, yeah, +2. 11.
You're not alone in here. The white stone, lots of tapestry and art depicting ancient representations of Jupiter. There are obvious places of prayer. And in the back, where you can glimpse the candlelight kind of coming from behind what appears to be like a parapet of sorts, you can hear the faint musings of an older gentleman.
Yes, oh, yes, of course, yes.
Well, that sounds ominous. If there's any cover, I want to use it to get closer and listen in on just what this person is saying out loud. It sounds like he's having a conversation. I want to listen in.
In an attempt to get closer, go ahead and give me a roll plus body to try to sneak your way into this building without notice.
Oh boy, 2.
As you walk forward, you immediately, like, your foot gets caught in a brass bowl or a bronze bowl, and clang, clang, clang.
I immediately duck down and kind of bury my head so I can tuck my goggles kind of into my shirt.
What? What are you doing?
Apologies, 1,000 apologies.
Oh, What are you doing back there? It's late. You should be asleep.
Just came into town, and I wanted to thank the gods for my safe passage. I know it is late, but grace before the gods cannot wait.
You travel so late at night?
Yes, the journey was long. We came all the way from the provinces.
Well, there's much danger on the roads, especially for wearing such a fine mask as that.
Yes, the mask is a sign of good favor. I must constantly praise the gods for its protection.
Yes, indeed you must. Well, what brings you to the light of Jupiter?
I honor life in all its forms. I believe Jupiter is its protector, and my life is in his hands. I wanted to make sure thanks were given for the journey, and it appears that you and I are alike.
Faustus Meridius at your service.
Marcus Aurelius.
A strong name.
Indeed.
Yes, I am a devotee, a scribe to the gods.
You scribe, you write their good works?
I write their praises and their in an attempt to interpret their messages, yes.
Messages? Well, I've heard of flights of birds. I've heard of augury. Do you read the auguries, or do you get something more specific?
At times, yes. Sometimes the starlight, sometimes the wind, sometimes the clouds.
Ah. Have there been any messages recently? I must hear the good word.
Only that change is coming. That seems to be the best interpretation I have.
The times change, and we must change with the times.
Yes, as much as some wish not to.
Has he moved from the parapet he was at to talk to me?
He's been slowly working his way down towards you. He seems old and relatively frail. Got a very long white beard. He is the kind of epitome of like the old sagely type. He's wearing a fine white robe.
I will finally get up from my supplicant pose and kind of quickly tuck the night vision goggles firmly into my jacket. Speaking of messages, I must admit I heard one on the wind when I was traveling here. A possible gift from Jupiter.
Ah. You speak of the eye.
I do.
Well, normally we keep it here to show and devote, to allow prayers of others to worship within Jupiter's grace, but as it is just past the summer solstice, it has been held by the champion of the town for the accustomed amount of time.
Maximus Decimus?
Decimus Calidus.
Sorry. I thought I heard that name when I was coming here. I must have misheard.
You heard part of it, yes.
So he currently has the eye.
Yes, he holds it as the current running champion of the amphitheater of the games.
Ah. So does he hold it only for the does he show it to the people, or is it kept on his person as a keepsake for the solstice?
He wears it proudly.
Ah. Will he be proudly displaying it tomorrow at the gymnasium?
You can either find him in. Yes, usually you'll find him practicing his skills at the gymnasium, yes. Other times he's been known to tout about the various taverns and bathhouses.
Oh, really? Marcus will bow. I have disturbed you in your late night works. Allow me to relieve you of my presence.
Well, may Jupiter's light be upon you.
And yours as well.
Yes.
And I quickly skitter out.
Skitter, skitter, skitter.
I meet the group at the bottom of the stairs to the temple and quickly look at Brunch. Well, looks like you'll have your opportunity with Decimus. He has the eye.
Oh boy!
Oh,
What, is he
wonderful.
just gonna give it to us, or like?
It's given to the town's champion. I didn't quite get that rule in from the scribe, but reason would stand that if Decimus was beaten, you'd be the champion, and they'd give you the eye. That's a guess on my part, though.
So all we gotta do is kick this guy's ass, take the amulet, and then we can leave?
Well, it seems simple. And we may not
Yeah.
beat him in a fair fight. Who knows what that eye does? He does frequent
sounds-
taverns, and we are at a tavern, or currently living out of one.
It's late. Let's get some sleep.
Yes, that'd be for the best. Time is of the essence, so... Oh dear, we don't have a clock. We don't have alarms. We could oversleep. What if we slept right through the freaking interruption?
Don't we have like a sundial or something? Have those been invented yet? I don't.
Well,
I'm sure there'll be a rooster or something.
Yeah, someone grab a cock, hang it by the window, and we'll have it crow to wake us up.
Let's.
Submission. Dealing it.
How long have we known each other?
As far as I remember from your conversation previous, some of you may have worked together previously, but I don't think you know anybody here.
Fair enough.
Logan.
Yeah, Marcus,
Fair enough.
Marcus has definitely worked with Gregory and Brunch on other occasions, but definitely would have stayed away from Logan due to strangeness.
Well, I mean, if we go to sleep now, then yeah, what if it happens and then everyone die? Oh,
Brunch.
Well,
If you're shaking right now,
no.
then we're fine.
I think we'll know when the disaster starts to happen. It wasn't exactly a subtle thing.
Yeah, I guess you have a point. I'm worried about them, you know? Plus, I want to kick this guy's ass so badly.
Wait, worried about who?
You know, the kid in Numna. Like, just something about it, right? Like,
Oh, Brunch, buddy.
Don't-
I hate. You know, in our time, they're gonna be dead anyway.
doesn't make this any easier.
Well, if we sat around here crying about the dead all day, we'd never get anything done.
Yeah.
Let's go rest, and tomorrow find a way to get this eye from the town champion.
All
right.
right.
So a lot of you make your way back to the to Nona's Inn and Tavern. You rest up, and I want somebody to go ahead. Actually, each of you can go ahead to either roll plus body to wake yourselves up, or roll plus wits.
I will roll wits.
I will roll body.
Rolling
That's not
wit.
good.
Rolling
I
wit.
have
Definitely.
All right.
Well, I got a 9.
I also got a 9.
You guys are pretty shallowly awake, but Gregory, you're able to wake yourself up. You kind of like snap, like you will yourself to just like, okay, I need to get up now. You kind of wake up almost at the exact crack of dawn.
Marcus, brunch, up your asses.
Whoa, it's up my ass. What?
Nothing's up my ass. You think they got some of that unwatered down wine? I read
Probably.
Hercules. That shit's good sounding.
Are you
I
saying
could
you've never
really
had wine that wasn't watered down?
I mean, I've had like box wine. That's about it.
Dear God, woman.
I'm talking about the kind they have in like goblets they drink with centaurs or some shit.
That's silly. Wine does not come in boxes. They prepare it in barrels. Nona says as she's kind of like cleaning up around the corner from you.
Good morning, Miss Nona.
Good morning to all of you.
Is she like sweeping or anything like that?
Yeah. She's kind of like sweeping all the dust that you guys have tracked in out the door.
I offer to sweep in her stead a little bit.
Oh, thank you. That would give me time to better prepare what I can for you this morning.
Yes, it's important to prepare.
She
Excellent.
just kind of
get
like,
on it, brunch.
Lunch.
she just kind of smiles. Yes. And she wanders back to the pantry to try to set some stuff up for you guys. While you continue your discussion.
Well, the most direct plan, of course, would be to have our own brunch face off with Decimus and see how that goes. If he becomes town champion, then reason to believe we'll have everything we need.
But you've been spreading that story about us being a bunch of travelers all night. What if they won't give it to us because we'll just leave town?
A fair point. Then we'll have to find a more subtle way to get the eye from Decimus.
You guys talking about Decimus? Oh, he's a hero.
Well, yes, we were just talking about his adornment with the Eye of Jupiter.
Oh yeah, he's the town champion. He gets to wear the fancy jewel.
My lad, could you tell us about Decimus's exploits? What allowed him to become champion?
Well, he's the head centurion. He's always been the biggest and the strongest, and he's so cool. Yes, but he's a damn braggart and a womanizer. Says Nona. She comes back out with what appears to be a light brothed dry fish soup, some olives, and wine. This
Typical.
I hope this will help get you ready for the day ahead. I think I might have some bread, but it might be moldy.
You say, I heard he does frequent the taverns. Has he ever come here?
Oh, no, he wouldn't be seen dead in this little...
Oh, he
No,
only goes
he-
to the fancy taverns. So.
You'll find him closer... Well, he likes to frequent the ones closer to the theaters or the city center. Those are his go-to spots when he's not training.
Well, hold on. This is going to stink for me. You see Marcus take the bowl and kind of raise it to one of the eye holes and just gently try to pour some of the soup down the eye.
While the people who are familiar with you still find that kind of weird, those that you've been traveling with, and since Logan, you are attuned to the arcane, you find this you still find it kind of odd. Both Nona and Agrippa don't seem to bat an eye at it, treating it as if it's normal.
So, I had a question. Okay, enough of that.
And you thought I was weird.
The Eye of Jupiter. Well, that's what the spacing's for. The Eye of Jupiter. Is it always kept by the town champion? What if, say, Decimus was beaten? Who would get the eye?
Well, he won the tournament, so he'd probably continue to hold it, but I can't say anybody's ever beaten Decimus. Yeah, he's the strongest. I want to be just like him. It's why I train so hard. He kind of like flexes, and it almost does that little cartoon thing where the muscle actually droops when he tries.
Oh, Agrippa.
Oh.
Real quick, I actually have a perk where at the beginning of the day I could roll plus smarts to get a pool of points.
Go for it.
Healing in the lake.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a pool of 8 points then.
All right. Would you like to read that perk aloud and describe it? What?
The doctor perk. Every day, at the beginning of every day, I roll plus smarts to gain a pool of points equal to the result. I can use these points on a 1-to-1 basis to heal a hit point, or I can spend 5 to treat an injury or a disease. And however many treatments are needed to cure a disease or injury are up to the GM.
All right.
Of course, this is also dependent on equipment and facilities. So even though I have the pool, there might not be a whole lot I can do with it.
Yeah, you could probably heal like a little bit at a time here, just out in the field, just with your preparation. This is essentially what you're doing is you're preparing your tools.
Some fresh bandages, some salves that Noda's given us. Pretty much it.
Well, if you're looking for him, I'm sure you can find him around town. At this point in time, he's probably just getting up. He sleeps with the rest of the guards at the barracks most nights, unless he's found some unfortunate soul to go home with him.
Spends a lot of time at the red light then.
Yes.
Hey,
Logan, we might be able to use that to our advantage.
Sorry, what was that, brunch?
Is he always wearing that amulet, kind of like a belt?
He'll be wearing it for at least the rest of this moon. Then it'll go back to the temple where it belongs.
So he just kind of wears it out in the open even when he's not fighting?
Yes, it's the tradition.
Oh, that seems a little stupid.
She's taken slightly aback by that, but doesn't like you've warmed up to her enough that she's not going to question you.
It just seems odd that he have such a priceless relic so casually worn.
Well, who would be stupid enough to fight Decimus?
Who indeed?
A champion of the gods, perhaps.
I slowly raise up my hand.
I mean, if anybody, maybe you. You're real strong, mister, but I don't know.
Well, he is blessed by the gods. You did see his boomstick.
Yeah, that thing's real fancy.
A relic of Zeus. A relic of, nope, not Zeus. Jupiter himself.
Wow. They must have real fancy temples where you come from.
Indeed. Though, even in our lands, the eye is rumored and prized.
Well, if you want to see it, I'm sure Decimus is. Well, he'll probably be getting up soon. Mom, can I go find Decimus with them? Please? No, you have to stay and do your chores after everything that you put me through. Oh.
Hey, doing chores makes you big and strong.
Yeah, I guess.
I hand the broom off to the kid.
Okay. Oh, here we go. 1, 2. He starts like smacking at the ground. The dust clouds just rising everywhere.
What did you have there, miss?
He's a handful.
All right, well, we better go find Decimus ourselves. I would be ashamed to leave without seeing the Eye of Jupiter for myself.
Well, do you need directions?
Oh,
That would be helpful.
yes, one would figure Decimus draws a crowd, but better to save time wandering.
He does. Well, if you're wanted to head to the gymnasium, it's not too difficult. It's just straight down the road, and you take a left when you're just about at the wall, basically indicating this building here. So number 8 is the gymnasium. And if you make a wrong turn somewhere, it's just across from the amphitheater. You couldn't miss that. So that's number 9. And if you wanted to try your luck with the barracks, it's down by the far back wall near the Temple of Hercules. Temple of Hercules is 5. Number 7 is the barracks. Just beyond the Grand Theater, which is 6.
Oh, how convenient. They're all so nicely tucked together. The city planner for this town must have done very well.
It's worked quite well for us so far, yes.
Well, we must be off. Thank you so much, Nona. The meal was, and he just takes one extra shot down the eye hole. Lovely.
It's palatable. Very salty.
Good thing I keep my eyes closed. I've had practice.
All right, so where will you choose to head?
Well, if he's just waking up.
Well, yeah, I think the barracks seems like the best bet. Though, do we want to talk about a possible alternative? It's not the best suggestion, but if this Decimus is a womanizer, and the Marcus's mask
Starts to narrow her eyes
towards
real intensely.
Got a lot colder in here all of a sudden.
If you think I'm gonna try and flirt with this guy, I'm gonna say we've got probably plans that will work out better than that.
I
just
have
think it's
other
weird.
ideas in mind that don't require you to flirt. The question would be, are you... Marcus just clasps his hands together. I do not wish to insult your person. I just merely ask, would you be amenable to this plan?
What? Like going up and just talking to him for a little bit?
No, we'd have to get him in a position where he would take the eye off, and it seems like that would be wise.
Are you kidding me? Are you asking me to sleep with this guy?
No, just to the point where he disrobes, take the eye, and then you leave.
Listen. I know we haven't known each other for that. I know we're both working for Fergus. You don't know me that well, do you?
No, I don't.
I don't do the whole, oh, hello, mister. Why don't you come into bed with me? I'll show you a good time. I don't do that.
And you don't have to.
I make shit swirl around the room and hit people really hard. I steal jewels and shit.
Alright, fine. Second, plan B, rip the eye off his chest in broad daylight, and we'll just see how far we can run.
I mean, we won't have to run very far, will we? Pompeii.
Well, that depends on when that happens.
Well, the problem is, we need to be where we were for the amulet to take us home. Meaning we'll have to go, and if he's by the barracks, it's a long trek, because we'll have to go from that lower district all the way back to the northeast side of town, and then back into the field. We'd have to make a good distance with possibly the whole town running after us.
It's about a kilometer.
A whole
What?
kilometer.
It's not too bad, all things considered.
What if instead we try to get him to where we're supposed to be? Like, if we challenge him and we just say, hey, meet us here, and then we just mug him at that point. Couldn't we just do that?
Marcus just slowly turns over the brunch. I don't know if he'll take that bait, but that's a good plan.
Well, I mean, if he's the champion and if he's so arrogant to want to have to wear that all over his chest, there's no way he'd turn down a fight.
It's not that he's arrogant to wear the chest. That's the tradition around here. The question is, would he take an affront like that, or would he just laugh it off as someone trying to stand up to the big dog? So
That is the question.
Also to note, on the off chance that gods are real, I don't want to get thunderstruck, is all I'm saying. On the off chance.
Well, we could always just try blowing his head off.
I was thinking that.
So, they said that he's going to hold on to the Eye of Jupiter until the next moon. I'm assuming that's not within our time frame.
Well, I think the volcano goes off later today.
Right.
Can I look towards the mountain by any chance?
It's
It
off
should
to
be
the north.
fairly visible.
Yeah, it's off to the north. Vesuvius is quite noticeable. Go ahead and give me a roll plus wit to give you a idea of what's going on over there.
7.
There's definitely wisps of dark smoke permeating the air back that way.
That's not a good sign.
No, it's not.
Well,
No. We know what's going to happen.
here's a maddening suggestion. Most people don't know what that boomstick, just going to keep using that parlance as I point to the shotgun, does. We can claim it's a relic, our own relic from the gods, and it's a test of strength. Offer it up. If Decimus is able to withstand a shotgun blast to the face, he gets the god.
Now that I like.
The problem is, of course, the town probably won't take too kindly on having their lead centurion's head blown off, even if it is a test of divine strength.
The question is, would he be stupid enough to believe that?
Or better yet,
Who says he'll believe us at all?
will he be drunk enough?
Now, that,
Oh.
we'd have to wait for late in the day, though, unless we can convince him to go drinking on the job.
Pretty sure that mountain is going to go in a few hours.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be some way we can convince him to, I don't know, party. He is the champ, right?
Well, maybe we should have a genuine test of strength then, Brunch. Maybe you can just impress upon him that even if you can't beat him, you are of a kind.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind showing off a little bit.
Maybe we'll do something like this. Brunch and I will approach him and claim that Brunch is a veteran of... Oh, Lord, what was one of the recent wars these days? I just can't remember. The conquests of Augustus. We want
That
to
would be roll plus smarts to try and remember, I suppose.
And a Google search for Lani.
I'll wait for you to get your results before I decide to roll it.
Da-da. List of wars before 1000 AD. That should do. BCE, BCE. Scrolling. There we go. AD. All right.
8.
That would be the in recent year. That would be the Roman conquest of Britain. Would be one of the more notable ones.
Fight against the Picts. Say he's a veteran from that conflict, come from afar, wishes to test the strength of this town's head centurion.
Actually, still technically ongoing, but
He's on furlough.
He's on injury leave. Took a blow to the head.
Arrow to the knee. That's right, I went there. Anyway, wishes to test the strength of their head centurion. He risks shaming the town if he refuses. And for either he wins and we try to find some way to get the Eye of Jupiter from him there, or he loses and hopefully builds a camaraderie. They go drinking and we can try and get the eye then.
That's about as solid as a plan as we can get with such short notice.
I guess you two, and Mercus just points to Logan and Gregory, should maybe keep out of sight. We may want to have it appear as if just Brunch and I are together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough. That sounds good.
All right, now let's find Mr. Champion.
Have fun storming the castle.
All right. So I think we've concluded. So Brunch and I are going to stay together. Maybe the other two are staying nearby, but distance themselves. And we'll try looking at the barracks first for Decimus.
all right, you guys start walking towards the barracks. I will ask Gregory and Logan, what will you two choose to do with your time here?
Well.
Gregory's
So,
not happy with the situation.
Greg, what's the over-under you think of this plan of theirs working? Because I really don't want to have to take my clothes off for this guy.
I'd say it's got about a 33% chance of going off as they planned it. A 50% chance of a complication arising, and about 17% chance of it going completely tits up along with you.
That is mathematically strong.
Okay. So I think we should be close by. Right?
Yep.
They're gonna try.
Oh, go ahead.
They're gonna try and get him in a bar. We should probably try to man the exits.
I casually
Should
pull
we try
out my handgun. I could always just pop him in the head from a distance.
That could work. Man, I mean, I've got my knives. I'll stick around the back. I'll try to hear, what's going on in there. You should be somewhere where I can give you a signal.
Yep, sounds like it'll work.
So okay. Are there like sticks or rocks on the ground?
You could probably find some.
Okay. I'll get like 2 palm-sized stones.
Yeah, pretty easy to find.
Clack those together to give me the signal.
Would that be a bit too obvious? I think Roman Centurion might know something is up.
Hard to say.
Starts hearing weird sounds. I don't know.
There's maybe a 60 to 70% chance that something might not work well with that.
Honestly, it's all
I'll
going to
go
come
ahead.
down to timing.
I'll go ahead. I'll stay around the back. I'll toss one of these up. If it's one rock, he's coming my way. If it's 2 rocks, he's coming your way.
All right.
Okay?
Here's hoping he goes your way.
All right, so you guys start
Here's
tailing
hoping.
after Brunch and Marcus.
Yeah. We'll be a little bit further back.
All right.
Trying to blend in as best as possible, given our anachronistic outfits.
All right. In doing so and trying to blend in with the crowd, go ahead and give me a roll plus charm to blend.
Oh, good. 8.
3.
Gregory kind of sticks out a little bit. He's very tall, like taller than the average person here. The garb doesn't really match what's going on with everybody in town, and it shows a relatively nervous disposition about this whole plan that you're going through, and the fact that you're in a ultimately doomed city.
I'm the Shaggy.
Meanwhile, Logan, you're doing an all right job. You obviously are dressed differently, but you're keeping a relatively low profile, all things considered. Anybody who's looking for you would be able to spot you, but you don't stand out above that.
Fair enough.
All right. Meanwhile, Marcus and Brunch, you guys make it about to here. And I want you to give me a roll plus wits to kind of give you a sense of the crowd around you, as there are people kind of like filling the streets.
Oh.
I have an 8.
8? There's a commotion that seems to be coming down the street at the left in front of you. You don't know exactly what the commotion is, and you have no sights of anything that you deem to be your target, but there is a commotion coming from the main street down the left in front of you. As you were.
Wonder what's going on there. Think we should check it out?
If it's something that's gathering a crowd, it's most likely something related to Decimus. Let's go.
You guys start heading down the street here, and indeed there is a very large crowd of people just kind of like they're as you gain ground, you note that they are kind of like adoring over this very large, be-muscled individual standing about 6'2", a very Adonis-like figure with his centurion cape. He's not wearing his helmet. He's just kind of like flexing for a lot of the people's ladies are swooning. This is, as far as you can tell, anything that might match the description of a Decimus Calidius.
Is he wearing something that I could perhaps perceive as the eye?
He is facing away from you, so you cannot tell from here.
Oh.
They are walking down the street, presumably towards the gymnasium.
Ooh, best to stop him here. Or no. The gymnasium may be the perfect arena. Let's follow.
All right.
You follow him. Do you join the crowd that is following him? Or stay back from the crowd?
Join the crowd. We want to keep close in case they try to shut us out.
All right. You draw a few eyes. They kind of like glance toward you as you walk in, Marcus, but they are definitely affixed on Brunch. There are a lot of like children kind of like wandering around, like almost literal ankle biters as they are like just kind of prancing around Decimus's feet, just like, he's here, look at your muscles. Women obviously fawning over him. Go ahead and give me a roll plus wits to see if you can glean anything from this crowd other than fawning.
Both of us?
Yeah.
6.
11.
Brunch. Unfortunately, Marcus, like, everybody's kind of like bumping into you and like bouncing past you to try to get to him. You can't even get like a really good look at him with how many people are just trying to like get closer to him. Meanwhile, Brunch, people are giving you a bit more of a wide berth, and you, as he's like strutting around, flexing, you get a good look at his very finely chiseled face. He's got kind of like a almost pompadour-esque black hair that like slicks back down the back of his neck. And as he like turns to give the ladies on your side a flex, your eyes lock, his eyes lock on your face shield for a moment. He gives a big flex, and you can see sitting at the point where his cape would kind of like clasp at his chest, a brilliant violet jewel with gilded leaf around it. Kind of gives you a grin as he like flexes and keeps walking as you guys make your way towards the gymnasium, where he is greeted by quite a few crowds of cheering people. Decimus! 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 As he walks up the steps of the gymnasium, he gives a mighty flex.
All right. Yes. I'll be inside training the younger ones. And those who wish to learn a thing or two from Decimus, please feel free to step up. Ladies, I'll be back in a few hours. He gives a wink, and a few of them faint in the crowd as he wanders into the gymnasium.
Ugh, I knew people like that in high school.
Ugh.
And now you know one in ancient Pompeii.
Well, we guess we follow Gaston inside.
Yeah,
Sounds
let's
like this
do
whole
it.
thing was sort of like natural selection, just saying.
All right, you wander inside. There are people like testing feats of strength, like just trying to lift very heavy objects. There are some people like grappling practice. Go ahead and give me a roll plus wits again, just to see who's about. The two of you that are in.
If Agrippa is in here, he is gonna get such a nagging. 14.
Oh!
5.
Agrippa is not in here, but three people that you do recognize are Publius, Servius, and Vidibus are in here, and they catch sights of Brunch and just like immediately try to slink out the back.
Well, we had a deal. Don't feel like sicking Brunch on children again.
Nah. I'm into something. I want something more sustainable this time.
You want something fresh.
Yeah, a lean cut.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of whom, Decimus is approaching one of the practice sand pits. He is removing the pauldrons that keep his cape attached, starts like unbuckling his armor. The only thing he has on now is the medallion and what appears to be a loincloth and some small under wrappings.
Ugh. All right, who's my first today?
He starts wrestling with another large-ish man, but nowhere near as built as Decimus, and he is easily like manhandling this guy, like getting the back grapple on him, taking him to the ground. Like, he's wrestling him, and hard.
Brunch. Perhaps you should make the introduction.
Yeah, why not? Hey, Mr. Decimus guy, over here.
As he basically German suplexes the dude. He kind of like, he doesn't even do a kip up. He lifts himself up to an upright stance using just his calf muscles. Just and his core.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Hey, that was pretty impressive there. So, you're the champ, right?
That I am. 5 seasons running.
He gives you a glance up and down.
That's some fancy armor you have there.
Yeah, thanks. That's some fancy bandages and what's that around your neck?
You must be new to town. Of course you are. I would have recognized you. This here is the Eye of Jupiter. Granted to the strongest in this land, the land's champion, the champion of Pompeii.
Oh, very cool. You might as well just give it to me.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, no, I'm way stronger than you.
The crowd kind of goes silent here.
Fucking marvelous, Brunch. Fucking marvelous.
I want you to roll.
Where-
I want you to roll plus charm real quick.
Where are we at this point? Me and Gregory.
You would have found your way to the entrance, and you would you'd be able to see from where you are, like trying to like peer through the crowd of gathering people, onlookers, that Brunch is standing in front of Decimus, or who you assume to be Decimus, as this man is wrapped in muscles and wearing some sort of a shiny medallion.
Did we hear that?
Give me yeah, you know what? Yes, yeah, you did. Because
Oh,
the crowd kind of like quieted down, and they're like, even if you didn't, they're like, did he just say he may as well get? Does he think he's stronger than Decimus?
Oh, Brunch.
Sadly, this is still within the 33% chance of this going off smoothly.
8 for your charm.
Oh wait, no, 7.
Oh, 7. Same result regardless. Well, same-ish.
I guess you must have hit your head, which is why you wear that shiny mask.
Oh no, it's because I'm ugly.
Oh. He doesn't have a comeback for that.
I've trained Brunch well.
Well, you think you're stronger than me?
Oh yeah, I know I do.
He kind of snaps his fingers, and the guy that he just suplexed, like, kind of ruffles over.
Teach him a thing or two. Okay.
This man kind of, like, gets down into a grappling stance in front of you.
Alright. I also get into a grappling stance.
All right.
This is where you find out Brunch is a master of Greco-Roman wrestling.
I'm going to palm my pistol just in case.
All right.
I don't bring it out, but I just rest my hand on it.
I think I have something.
Gaius here is one of my finest students. Still doesn't measure up to me, of course, but he shouldn't have too much trouble teaching you a thing or two. Thank you, Master. Of course, guys. Show him what for.
Alright, so I have something called a squad leader, and from what I'm reading, just in case, while engaged in combat, you can attempt to find some weaknesses in your aggressor to exploit. When you choose to act defensively, roll a result of 10 or higher. You grant each of your allies +1. So would I be able to like look up and down and see if there's anything like any like wrongness in this person's stance or anything like that, or?
This would be if you. I will let you roll plus wits for this to try to get a good read on this guy's stance.
All right. Plus wit is 6.
His form is actually pretty fucking flawless, as far as you can tell. Like this guy's been training, like devoting his entire life to this craft. So you won't get any bonuses attacking him, as people around you are kind of starting to gather. Everybody's kind of getting really excited by this.
All right. Well, let's see. What do I want to do first? I want to. Oh, good battling music.
Yeah.
I wanna run and go and run at him, grab him by the leg, and twist him so he falls down, so I can get him into rear chokehold to choke him out.
All right, so you're going to be using your grappling perk, which allows you to do a bunch of special things if you can successfully roll to attack. So go ahead and roll plus body.
All right. 7 + 3, that's 10.
All right, that is an automatic success. You go in for the takedown. You take him down at the legs. You immediately get the back grip. And which part of the... what part of your perk are you going to be using here? Go ahead and...
I
think
guess...
you're using WrestleManiac here, I'm guessing.
Yeah. And so I just roll again?
No, you've already got him. Which part of the WrestleManiac are you using?
Oh,
Go
submission.
ahead and read that skill aloud, just for everybody at home.
Sure thing. Submission. You attempt to contort your target's limbs or restrict their air or blood flow. Roll plus body on a result of 10 or higher. You deal damage equal to your body stat. The damage ignores your target's armor on a result 7 and 9 and maintain the grapple but deal no damage. On a result of 6 or lower, your target breaks free on the grapple but you take no damage.
All right, so you get this guy down and you immediately work around towards his neck and you start jerking it back, dealing 3 damage to him. You can see his arm go up like he wants to tap, but in front of Decimus, who's just kind of glowering down at him, he attempts to break free. He's trying to break free of your hold.
Okay, and at that point, I want to, let's see if I can, like, wrench back just a little bit more, see, like, I really want to make this dude tap.
All right, go ahead and roll plus body again.
All right. That is a 9.
All right, and this is a result of between 7 and 9 on submit. What does that do?
On a result between 7 and 9, you slam the opponent, dealing the same damage, but you lose the grapple.
All right, so basically you lift him up by his... You lift him up from behind by the neck and just kind of slam his body back onto the ground, dealing another 3 and knocking him unconscious. His hands kind of slap into the dirt as the crowd around you just go silent once again, having bested Decimus's best fighter or best student. Yeah! Everybody just starts cheering around you, and Decimus is like, all right, fine. If you want to fight me, we will not be fighting here. We fight at the Grand Arena. And he gestures out the back of the building where you can see the amphitheater standing across the way.
So, guess we gotta walk there, huh?
Yes, I suppose we do. But I'm not gonna perform without an audience. So go! Spread the word! Let them know that Decimus Callidius will face this... I did not catch your name.
Brunch. You're
Brunch!
gonna love it.
Will be facing Brunch in a contest of grapples. Go on, spread the word!
And he like waves them off.
You should prepare yourself, as I will prepare myself.
As the crowd begins to disperse, he kind of like starts stretching himself out.
The duel begins at dusk.
He's just kind of stretching.
Oh dear. Maybe poor timing. Now that the crowd's actually dispersed to spread the word, can I see Gregory and Logan?
If you look back out the way the crowd was dispersing, yes.
I'll follow them out and then stop and look at Gregory. Do we have until dusk?
Gregory, go ahead and give me a roll. Go ahead and give me a roll plus smarts.
That's an 8.
That's going to be cutting it real close if it's not already too late.
We should have been out of town by dusk.
Man.
We still haven't even found a way to actually get the jewel. There's no guarantee that even if Brunt wins, we'll get what we want.
Is there anyone left in the gymnasium?
Just Decimus, standing around stretching.
I pull my gun out and I pull the trigger.
Oh,
Oh.
boy.
Roll plus body. As you fire a shot.
What? Bang!
The shot is fired, which would normally deal 2 damage, but as Decimus turns his head swivels back out of the way. What on earth was that?
Mosquito.
A loud bug. What's that in your hand?
Mosquito repellent.
It's not doing its job. Go ahead and roll plus charm.
Oh, Lord.
That's a 5.
Now. There's no need to lie to me. I'm a champion after all. A hero. Now why were you throwing mosquitoes at me with this repeller?
Because something about your face just upsets.
She is upset because we have traveled here following a message.
Oh?
Yes, we are disciples of Jupiter from the provinces. There was a distressing message that Pompeii was threatened.
Well, if anything threatens Pompeii, it'll have to go through me.
Unfortunately, that's what the message details. You're the cause of the calamity.
Impossible. I'm the strongest. Go ahead and roll plus charm.
I guess this has the +4. I actually don't want to burn it here, but I don't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
10.
But how could I possibly be the... I've given my life to protect this city.
I believe the message was, while your strength has many virtues, you have let it fall into vanity.
It is true that I've focused on other aspects of my life, true, but what man does not deserve a little company and happiness?
You certainly... every Roman up to the mighty Augustus proves that one is rewarded by what they can take. But perhaps wearing the eye, the symbol of the Jupiter's patronage and grace, on your person is perhaps in excess.
But this is tradition passed down by the scribes themselves.
Well, then perhaps the Temple of Jupiter in Rome, the scribes there may be able to better define the message. As if the eye is taken there, maybe they will be able to perform a great communion.
Go ahead and roll plus charm again.
This is what I wanted the +4 on. Dang it. Alright. Come on, dice. Every time I need it to be clutch. 13!
Hey!
If the gods will that to be for the best, then come! We'll make our way there immediately. It's a long journey. I should probably have to reclothe.
What? Bringing oneself as one is before the gods surely is a divine act.
Of course, that's why I must go myself. I'm the champion.
Yes, but go as you are, clad in your natural armor, not the excesses of the Roman state.
Many do find this form more appealing to the eye anyway.
Marcus just nods.
Oh, please.
Fair enough. Let's be on our way.
Exactly, yes. Let us, we have The road we took, we know was clear and safe. Of course, with your mighty strength, we could take any road. But let us guide you to Rome. Maybe if our feet tread the path that already bears Jupiter's grace, the town will be safe in your absence.
Yes. Yes, that makes sense.
Okay. Marcus turns, looks down at Gregory and says, "Next time, don't fucking miss."
Gregory, you had a dead beat on him. Something just let him power through that. Like he somehow either knew that was coming or managed to avoid that by some divine providence.
Gonna fall back to Logan. Something's not right. I had him.
Yeah, I saw him dodge that bullet.
Pretty sure they granted some sort of protection.
Could I roll strange on that to see if anything did in fact happen that was divine in nature? If the stone sort of gives off some sort of mystical aura?
As he's walking by you, muscle bound, he kind of looks down at you. "Oh, hello, ma'am." Gives you a smile and a slight flex of his arm. Go ahead and roll plus strange as he walks by.
Yes, you must be Decimus.
Why, yes.
10. I've heard tales.
This
Of
thing
your strength.
This thing is an artifact of hard to calculate power.
I give Gregory a quick look like, holy shit.
As you guys begin walking down the street back towards the gate that you came in through, he's just kind of waving. Yes, I'm going on a quick trip. Don't worry. I'll be back shortly. I'll be back. How far is Rome?
Not far. It may be just a couple of days.
I'll be back in a couple of days. Everybody's just kind of like cheering on him. He's given holding his hands out and like shaking hands with like little children as he's walking by. This guy is like, it's like if you took Hulk Hogan but then removed all the cuntiness.
Marcus and Logan, do you think you can rip that thing right off his neck when we get out of town?
Oh, I could definitely try.
I have one good
But that thing is powerful. I don't know what will happen if I try to take it off.
Well, we were supposed to bring it back to our time. Nothing says he doesn't have to still be wearing it. I have one good lie left in me, but I'd rather not count on it.
I'll see what I can do.
You guys continue approaching the gate that you entered through. As you're leaving, the guards like look towards you. Lord Decimus. I see you found the newcomers. Yes, they've come to seek my aid in making sure this place stays safe. You see, apparently Jupiter himself requires my assistance in Rome. Oh, of course, sir. Well, I hope you don't get too chilly. It's still summer, but fare thee well. Of course, fare thee well as well. You guys walk out the gate, and as soon as his foot passes beyond the gates, the earth begins to shake. What?
No.
While
happening?
he's distracted, I'm going to try and rip the Eye of Jupiter off of his person with my psychic powers.
Go ahead and roll plus strange. What is this?
Here we go. 13.
Oh, you
Instantly, the chain behind his neck, you start yanking it. It seems to be almost trying to hold strong to him, but through sheer force of will, you push hard and shink, the chain rips from behind his neck, and the stone goes clattering down the streets. The sky begins to go dark as the earth rumbles, and a mighty boom. Actually, hold on. I have a thing for this. And a mighty echoes from the distance as a huge plume of gray smoke comes billowing down Mount Vesuvius. What? You tricked me! How could you?
Let's get out of here!
I immediately fire my round right into Dominic.
You fire?
Yes, I pull out my gun, I shoot him right in the face. Can I use didn't see that coming?
You absolutely can. Would you like to let people know what didn't see that coming is?
Yes, it is a lovely talent. Let's see here. When you decide to ambush a target you are conversing with, you can choose to roll plus charm instead of plus body. This attack deals double damage, but must be made while unarmed or with a small weapon. I'm using my one-handed pistol.
Go ahead. So roll plus charm.
This is
As he turns to figure out what the hell is going on.
9.
And as this is an ambush action, he is only going to be taking half damage from this, but he will not be dealing any to you in return. As he turns, he sees you pointing the gun at his face. No! You fire it, and it drags across the side of his face as he managed to get his head out of the face. Mosquitoes! Shink! Oh!
It is too late for Pompeii, and I just start running.
I look down at the Eye of Jupiter and I say, "Not today, goose fucker."
Before I run, I turn towards Nona and the boys' house. Stay strong. And then I run with Marcus.
Who picks up the Eye of Jupiter?
That's me.
Oh, okay, so you grabbed it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You feel lighter than air, and you also feel like your time is very limited as you see the cloud billowing towards you. It is getting hot. Very, very hot. Would anybody like to roll plus smarts?
I'll do it.
Go for it.
I'll try, if I can do it too.
That's a 12.
Fun fact, it was not the lava that killed the people of Pompeii, but the hyper-mega heated gas that boiled their brains and their skulls.
We need to move!
Yeah?
Oh, it's a bitch! Run!
I need each of you to give me a roll plus body to book it back to the place where you found yourselves. Actually, you know, one of you a roll plus body, one of you give me a roll plus smarts in order to navigate yourself back there.
Oh, okay, I'll do the smarts one then.
I'll do the body. 5.
Oh, boy.
Wait, no. 7. Wait, no.
Okay.
8.
I got navigation down.
I got a 6.
All right, you guys are trailing a little bit as Brunch is basically doing his best to like pick you up and keep you guys running. He's trying to football carry some of you. As Gregory, you're able to navigate yourselves back to the points. You can see kind of a fluctuation in what can only be described as like a slight tear in the space-time continuum as this cloud of gray gas comes rocketing towards you guys down the mountain. You make it to this point, and the amulet is reacting. I need somebody to give me a roll plus strange to try to get this thing to activate.
I'm gonna have to be the one. I just focus all of my mental power on this thing. My eyes are glowing. And I'm just like, come on, Fergus! This better work or I'm gonna come back as a ghost and kill your ass! 9?
The hole begins to fluctuate. It seems like if you jump through, now's the time!
Go, go, go!
Oh, come on!
Leaping in.
You leap into the hole as the gray gas whoosh swirls down past you. You can feel it rushing down this temporal gate behind you, this rocket of gas. Each of you takes 4 points of burning gaseous damage and receive multiple mitigated by shield, by the way, for whoever has shield.
Ooh, that means I only take 3, unless it's also mitigated by armor.
No, this unless your armor is insulated.
Yeah.
This is heat.
Okay.
So that's 3 damage.
I will take 2.
All right, so those of you that took 3 damage are getting some second-degree burns. Those of you that took, less than that are still fucking. It's gonna hurt for a while. Anybody that took 4 has some noticeable third-degree burns as you collapse onto the ground, rolling in this beautiful wooden, beautiful fine wooden manor, with a nice crackling fire going. A somewhat balding, brown-haired figure turns from sitting in a armchair holding a glass of brandy. He's got a kind of like a short length of beard, finely trimmed around his face. Oh, a few seconds later than I thought you would be there. Did you get the eye?
Yeah.
No,
We're cutting it close, but
Marcus stands up, literally smoldering.
He stands up. He's wearing a Fergus stands about 5'8", 5'9". He's wearing a very nice silk bathrobe embroidered with gold and burgundy thread. Well then, let's have it.
All right. We went through a lot of shit to get this thing.
Aye.
Why do you want it?
The same reason that you wanted to get it for me. Your own self-gain.
And what does your self-gain come out as? We're in it for the money.
That you are. And if you want your fucking money, you'll hand it over.
This is the business.
Aye. We had a deal.
Not like I give a shit. I toss it over to him.
Thank you.
He reaches into his pocket, pulls out his smartphone. Boop, 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 boop.
There you are. Each of you, £1,000,000. Right in the accounts that you wanted. You can check yourself before you leave. Your phone should still be with your other belongings.
I think I'm just gonna lay here for a little bit.
No. I'd
Immediately
rather
going
you...
to check on my funds.
I'd rather you not, like the maid comes in every day, but you know,
Hey,
you're melting
Fergus?
your flesh on the ground. Aye,
We just survived Pompeii.
that
Give
you
us a
did,
fucking second.
and you got fucking £1,000,000 there, bruv.
Even for $1 million, that was things we saw.
Oh, I wish I had asked for 2.
Small question, must admit, personal.
Aye,
Is there now a statue of a very great-looking but somewhat haggard person just outside the gates of Pompeii? Did they find that when they discovered the town again?
He pulls up his phone.
oh, you mean the flexing man?
Ah, good.
Aye,
Glad I was able to give him a place in history.
it's one of the most famous ones. People entering in just look at it. It's like, oh, look at that. Take a picture with the flexing man.
Wait, is the guy still jacking off there? Hang on. I'm Googling that.
Unfortunately, since he's now flexing out front, he's
Dude! Dude, this was the jacking off guy!
I did it. I did the one thing I wanted to do. I saved the jumping off guy from.
No! Man! Our timeline is made a little bit worse because of that. Damn it!